All right. Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom to the Torah tribes, Yahshua, giving of course all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. This is Brother Yahshua.
But Tazaiyar Gabar.
Khan coming back, y'all, with yet another video through the Spirit and power, of Yahweh Ba Hashem, Mahashiach Yahweh Shah. All right. Shabbat shalom. We're going to get straight into this. All right. I'm going to kick it off with the book of Joshua, chapter 4. All right. And verse I'm gonna start at verse 12. All right. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses spake unto them. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before the Lord unto battle to the plains of Jericho. So I brought that precept out to say that look, as much as the men, the mighty men of valor in the book of Joshua, as much as they were literal warriors and soldiers for the Lord, hey, we're literal warriors and soldiers for the Lord, but also on a spiritual level, all right? Because we're in a spiritual warfare right now, all right? We got to be like these mighty men, all right? Of Reuben and of Manasseh and of Gad, all right? Who fought these various battles in the land of Canaan against these damn heathen, right? And taking the lands, right? We're also besieging cities, but on a more so on a spiritual level, all right? Khan, you got it.
I'm gonna bring up the classic. Right? It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. We'll read verse 11. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So that's what we're doing on a spiritual level, man. We're putting on the armor of the Most High. Like literally these precepts in this law and the wisdom and understanding that comes on high, man. Because you can't gain strength with these the silver, the gold, the sword on the physical level. You can't really gain actual strength from that thing, man. It has to come from the Lord, and we have to put on the armor that He's going to give us through the Spirit. Come.
That's right. Khan, I'm gonna bring out the classic as well. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So back in times past, and even in now, people go to war on a physical level, right? People go to war on a physical level. They pick up their spears. They used to pick up the swords, right? Now they pick up the guns, right? And they go to war after the flesh. But guess what? We're in a spiritual war right now. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So now when we go out into the highways and hedges, when we make certain videos, right? When we talk to certain people, we're pulling down strongholds spiritually. We're besieging spiritual cities. These spiritual cities and houses and towns are people's minds, right? Israel's minds, namely. We have to besiege it and break down these strongholds that's on our people, right? Verse 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mahashiach. Because when you besiege a city, then you get the spoils of it. What's the spoils of the spiritual city that we're besieging? Right? What's the spoils of that? The spoils is nothing more than what's inside of the mind. Right? Now you're able to bring every thought into captivity onto the Mahashiach. Right? And to do it. You got it.
Oh, right. It's the book. Let me get the classic. The book of Romans, right, chapter 7, in verse 22. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? Right, here's the point. I thank God through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach our Lord. So then with the mind, I myself serve the law of God, but with flesh, the law of sin. So then we have to put ourselves to death, man. Right, then we have to purge wicked thoughts in our conscience. We have to purge certain things out of it that doesn't concern Yahweh Shai in this thing, huh? Why? Because those things are going to bring us down through the spirit. Or we're going to start our growth. Or we're going to start our spiritual growth in this thing because we're not purging with certain thoughts, man. Brothers still have grudges. Brothers still have pride. Brothers still have all these things that we need to purge through Yahweh Shai, man. We can't do it without Yahweh Shai. So we have to purge all these things from our mind that it doesn't pertain to the truth, which is Yahweh Shai.
Come on. And that's also another spiritual battle. That's a good point. Fighting the spirits, or like the thoughts that's in your mind, because actually comes from certain spirits. The spirit of lust hops on you. Now you're thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to fight that, right? Because sin, it was really starting your mind, right? You think about a sin, you think about a thought, and now you perform those things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, right, it's a Sabbath, but you really want a damn pepperoni pizza, right? Just out of nowhere, just have that thought, right? Now you have to fight that thought. So we're in a spiritual war right now. So this is Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle. So we're in a battle right now, right? This is the condition thereof, which man is born upon the earth shall fight. So everybody that's born upon the earth, as soon as they come out the womb, right? Now babies, they understand on the spiritual level that, look, damn it, I'm back on earth again, right? Back on earth. Now I got to fight this war. You got your whole life ahead of you. That's why, Solomon said to the spirit that it's better, the day of death, the day of one's death is better than the day of one's birth, man. On a spiritual level. All right. In Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Con, you got it.
Con, right? Let me just get this, right? The book of Hebrews, chapter 9, and we'll read verse 14. Right? How much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal spirit offered himself without spot to God, purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God. Right? The point. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death for redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. Right? So everything has to be through Yahweh Shai, man. Right? We have to fight literally with Yahweh Shai, through him in this thing, man, through his spirit, right? Through the things that he's given us. But we can't use these spirit, we can't use, physical weapons in this thing, man. Right? We literally have to use a spiritual weapon, which is Yahweh Shai, man, which is this word. Which is the truth that's going to stand against all workers of iniquity in this thing, man. Right? This is the only thing that's going to help us, man. It's not going to be your mom telling you, something about, something that you go on with your whole life. Love somebody like they love you. That's not how this thing works. We got to literally go through the words of Yahweh, which is Yahweh Shai, and fight everything that comes against it.
Con. I got a precept on that, right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 118, right, and verse 8. This whole thing is good, but I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. So it's better for you to trust in the Most High Yahweh, right? Bahashem Yahweh Shai, than for you to put confidence in man. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes. You're trusting in Esau's society. You're trusting in Donald Trump. You're trusting in damn Joe Biden. Take the vaccine. It's going to be good. It's going to be safe, right? And we don't put our trust in princes, right? We have to put our trust in Yahweh Bahashem Mashak Yahushua, all right? Because through him, we'll be able to win this battle, all right? Con, you got it.
Oh, right. Let me get this. Right. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. So 1 Corinthians chapter 1, you will read verse 3, right? Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. I thank my God always on your behalf for the grace of God which is given you by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, that in everything ye are enriched by him, in all utterance and in all knowledge, even as the testimony of Christ was confirmed in you. So in everything, we gotta, acknowledge Yahweh Shai, man. When you walk across the street, you seen a car, that was right behind you. You didn't even know, but you still got across the street. Hey, man, all praise to the Most High, man. By Yahweh in this thing, man. Right? When you eat something, you didn't really read the label, but you felt like it had pork, and you go to the label and you read it, it doesn't have pork. Hey, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh by Yahweh, man. In all things we have to utter the Lord, man, and say, mention his name in this thing. That's how we get through certain things, man. Through faith, people are saved. It's not by, what's actually on the paper. It's not by what you read. It's through your faith, man. Look at all the people that Yahweh Shai has healed, man. He always said your faith has saved you, man. Go in peace. Your faith saved you. You know, that's spiritual right there. And through faith, we are saved in this thing, huh? It's not through man, it's not through this armor. You know, it's not through gold, it's not through riches, it's through Yahweh Bashem outside and having faith in them. You know?
That's a good point. That's a good point, Mike. Because you know when you go to John chapter 4, right? I'm gonna read it real quick. John chapter 4 and verse 46. So Yahweh came again into Cana of Galilee, where he had made the water wine, right? Because you can read about that in John the 2nd chapter. And there was a certain noble man whose son was sick at Capernaum. When he heard that Yahweh was come out of Judea into Galilee, he went unto him and besought him that he would come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So this man's son was at the point of death. He was about to die, right, on his deathbed. So he came to Yahweh because he heard that Yahweh did many wonders. Then said Yahweh unto him, except ye see signs and wonders, ye will not believe. The noble man saith unto him, Sir, come down ere my child die, or else my child will die, right? Yahweh saith unto him, Go thy way, thy son liveth. And the man believed, right? Said that the man believed, right? Like the brother was saying, thy faith has saved thee, right? Exactly. It says, and the man believed that the word that Yahweh had spoken unto him, and he went his way. So does that mean, so just close the book, so does that mean that, you know, all you have to do is just believe, right? In Yahweh, in the Most High, now you're saved. No, right? That's the first step, right? That's the first step. But through your faith really is how we're going to get out of here, man. Right? Because isn't your righteousness like filthy rags according to Isaiah chapter 64, I believe? Our righteousness is as filthy rags. You know, you can't be like, hey, I was on fire this day. I'm on fire 24/7, right? I'm on fire, right? Hey, no brother can actually say that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the Most High is like, shh, you still in your fleshly body. You still thought that thought. You know what I'm saying? And so but it says you're a slut. The man believed, right? So you got it.
Right, playing upon tables. Right, quick precept. It's the book of Luke, chapter 8, and verse 46. And Yahweh said, Somebody has touched me. For I perceive that virtue is gone out of me. Right. So if you read, you know, higher in the chapter, you know, so a woman, I believe it was like something she was dealing with blood, right? For I believe it was 10 years if you read, right? And she touched Yahweh. She touched his garment, literally, man. So, I gotta touch him type stuff, man. That's gonna heal me. She believed that thing, man. Let's see what happened. Right, verse 47. And when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling and falling down before him. She declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him and how she was immediately healed. So she said, yeah, I had to touch him. You know, I knew I was going to be healed through him. You know, I knew all I had to do was, you know, touch his garment. She believed, she was literally persuaded in her own mind that thing, man. That's how the faith we have to have. You know, man, you know, people are faithless nowadays, man. No, we really can't get around this thing. These people are faithless, like Yahweh said, man. Oh, faithless generation.
Yeah.
We literally are in that time, man. Right? But here's the point. Verse 48. And he said unto her, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith has made thee whole. Go in peace. Plain upon tables, man. So Yahweh didn't even acknowledge her, man. Plain. She literally just touched him. Said she believed that she was going to be healed by him, and didn't happen, man. That's the faith you have to have in these last days. You know, going through Jacob's trouble, you know, you might be crossing the street, you know, just head down. You know, you're seeing your mom die, so you're sad as hell. You know, hey, you cross that street, you don't know what's on the other side, you have your head down, man. But by faith, we know that we're going to walk through those things in the valley of darkness, man, and be safe, right? And be protected by that, man. You know, that's the faith we have to have in these last days. You know?
That's right. That's right. Hey, did not the Lord say that we shall walk, right? We shall walk. Hold on. Let me try to find it, right? Oh yeah, This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Meaning Esau, who is a so-called white man, right? His spirit in him is crooked. It's not straight. You know what I'm saying? it's perverse. His spirit, right, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So the just, right, the Israelites that's keeping the commandments, doing all that they can, believing, right, having that faith, hey, they're going to live by the Most High's faith. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're going to live. That's how they're going to sustain, especially in Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this captivity. Certain, you know how Yahweh Shah say, if you got this much faith as a mustard seed, you'll be able to tell a mountain, get thee hence, right? Or go into that, be cast into that river, and it shall be done. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing. What is that mountain symbolizes? What? These obstacles that you have to encounter in this walk, right? So let me just get this other precept, because it's true. It's not going to be, easy as hell. All right. Second Ezra chapter 7 and verse, I'm gonna just start at verse 7 and get to the point, right? It says the entrance thereof is narrow, so the entrance to the kingdom, the way to the kingdom is narrow, and it is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. See that? So we have to walk in that straight and narrow path. Come
on. Right, it's the book, the second Ezra, chapter 13, and I'll read verse 21. Right? The interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time has kept himself. For they that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty, man. So, hey, even if the Lord puts you in danger, He's testing your faith, man. Whatever the Lord is doing to you, He's going to test your faith. He's going to see where you're at through the Spirit, man. He's going to see if you really believe in Him, man. He's going to test your faith, man. That's why no matter what we do, we have to put all utterance, and all acknowledgement of Yahweh Shem outside, man. Hey, drinking water, hey, you got to acknowledge the Lord. Going outside, walking down the street, we got to acknowledge the Lord, man. Anything we have to really acknowledge Yahweh Shem outside, man. That's having faith toward them, huh? And reference their names, right? Verse 24. Know this, therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead, plain upon tables, man. So don't ever think the Lord ain't with you, man. If He's trying you, He's gonna try you through danger, man. Through Him putting you in a dangerous path. There's something that you might not be able to get through on a I'll say physical level, on an earthly or carnal level in this thing. But we know all things are possible through faith, man. Literally, Come on.
Philippians 4:13.
Mm-hmm.
Through Yahweh Shah, right? I can do all things through Mahashiach Yahweh Shah, which strengthens me, And Yahweh Shah is the source of your faith. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have faith in the Most High without acknowledging Yahweh Shah, right? Because those, in order for you to get to the Father, you got to go through who? Yahweh Shah, John chapter 14, verse 6. On down. Right? I got this precept, 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 37. Because the Most High, He's impressed by faith. He is impressed by faith more than you, right? Keeping every single law perfectly, in a sense. He's impressed by that as well. But your faith, man, your spirit, that's really, right, what the Most High is really impressed by, right? Because let me read this precept, 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 37. I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness. And though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say. See that? So that is impressive right there. You have not been shown. We have not seen Moses. We haven't seen the miracles of the Most High. We never seen the chariots up close. We never seen Yahweh Shah. We never seen the angels, right? We never seen these various things. We never seen Isaiah, right? We never seen the original scrolls of Tobit. We never seen the original scrolls of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Never, right? But yet we believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashak Yahweh. We believe that there's a reward. We believe that the stuff that we're doing is somewhat acceptable to the Lord. Still, right? We still believe that. We still have faith that we're Israelites, right? And the Most High, He is impressed by that, right? That's impressive right there. I haven't shown y'all any miracles yet. You still believe me, right? So come.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. Right. It's the book of Luke, right? Chapter 9. And we read verse 39. And lo, a spirit taketh him, and he suddenly cried out, and it teareth him that he foameth again, and bruising him heartily, departed from him. And I besought thy disciples to cast him out, and they could not. And Yahushua answering said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you and suffer you? Bring thy son hither, man. So, hey,
uh,
Yahushua, he was annoyed right here, man. He said, hey, man, what are y'all doing, man? Talking to the disciples, hey, y'all are faithless. You know how easy it is to cast out devils in my name? You know how easy it is to, move mountains in my name, through faith in having me? No, hey, that's basically what he was saying, man. It's literally easy to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshua and do certain things through him. We just have to believe, man. We don't even know we're Israelites, man. But through faith, we believe we're Israelites, man. Plain upon tables, right? Verse 42, and as he was yet a coming, the devil threw him down in terror, and Yahushua rebuked the unclean spirit and healed the child and delivered him again to his father. Man. Plain upon tables. So, hey, Yahushua showed us the faith we have to have, man. We have to believe we're doing certain things, man. It's hey, on a carnal sense, manifestation, man. That so-called spiritualism stuff, hey, look at manifestation, man. Look at the so-called law of attraction. Look at all these things that, people produce, assume that is the right way, but we have the right way right here, which is faith. All we have to do is believe, man. That's literally it. What we're going into.
uh, uh. Got this precept, right? And we about to sound like Christians. Nah, it's all good though. All right. But we know, hey, we got to put this out there for Simple Jake. We still have to keep the laws, all right? You still got to keep the laws, all right? All that, all right? But we're just saying, man, we got to have that faith as well. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 6. Even as Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. So Abraham, he believed in the Most High, and yet the Most High still said, "Look, man, this Abraham, he's righteous for that, for believing in me, for having that faith." And he showed his righteousness. He showed his faith by what? By what? Offering up his son, right? That's how he showed his faith. But in the spirit, he believed in the Lord and trusted in the Most High, and that was still righteous to the Most High. All right. So come.
All right. It's the classic, the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 16. And one of you saith to them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? Even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead, being alone. Plain upon tables. So, hey, that's plain. Without faith, you don't have works. You don't have anything, man. But that's a vice versa. Without works, you don't have faith. You can't be putting in work but have no faith in it, man. That's plain upon tables. We can't be wearing fringes but have no faith in it. We cannot be eating pork but have no faith in it. What's the point of doing it if we don't have faith in it, man? So hey, faith by your works in this thing, as it's written. Right, verse 18. Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works, man. So hey, you gotta work in this thing, man. That's the only way to show your faith. You gotta bring people in this truth, or you gotta be fruitful and multiply, man. You gotta literally be a fruitful garden, man. Plain upon tables. That's how you're gonna show your faith. It's not through just believing and sitting down at home. It's plain upon tables. So we show our faith by our works in this thing.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna get this. This is Job 13 and 15, right? It says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Mm-hmm. See that? That's really righteous right there. That's why Job went down into the books. You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody knows Job, man. All right? Because he went through hell. He went through hell, and he Still he said, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, man. Right? Though I'm going through hell, right? Though I'm not really, things are not really going my way, yet I'm still going to put my trust in the Most High because I know that he is true, right? And Job, and he never talked face to face with the Most High, right? Where is that account at? I mean, he did talk to the Most High, but in the 13th chapter, hey, Job never talked to the Most High like that, like how he talked with Moses, you know. Job, hey, the Most High wasn't explaining himself to Job until like the latter chapters, right? But Job, yet he still said, hey, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain mine own ways before him, right? So we have to be like Job, right? Even James gave Job a shout out in James chapter 5, right?
Yeah, right. It's the book of Job, chapter 10 and verse, I'll read verse 13.
Bring it out.
And these things hast thou hid in thine heart. I know that this is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. If I be wicked, woe unto me. And if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion, therefore see thou mine affliction. Now that's very humble to say, man. You know that, hey, that's the faith we have to have, man. Through the Spirit, that shows faith, man. If I be wicked, if you have faith towards that thing, man. But if I be righteous, I will not lift up my head. Man. So hey, we just gotta put all those things to the side and trust in the Lord, man. If we be wicked, hey, destruction and famine, all these things to us, man. But if we were righteous, we would just not lift up our head in this thing, man, as is written. That's showing our faith, man, by our works and the things we have said, right? For it increases, thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again showest thyself marvelous unto me, playing upon sables. So the Lord will put you so many things, he'll put you through so many things, and hey, at the end of the day, he's going to show himself marvelous, man. Why? Because he's putting you through that thing, man. Why? Because nobody else can do certain things to you but him. That's how he's going to show himself marvelous, by putting you through certain things. That's why it's at the end of the day, you gotta have faith, man. At the end of the day,
That's right, man. You gotta have faith. All right, Con, that's a good point. This is book of Hebrews. That kind of reminded me of this precept. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. You see that? So even back in the wilderness, a lot of Israelites, hard-headed Jakes, man, they heard the words of the Most High. The laws were being taught to them, right? They knew the truth, yet they didn't have that faith with them, so they were destroyed, right? Even when people now, when we preach the word to them through the Spirit, right? A lot of them, they don't receive it because they don't have that faith, right? They don't have faith, that's true. They don't have faith in the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Mashak Yahushua. They don't have faith in Yahushua. You have people that's literally Old Testament only.
right?
Khan, they don't have faith in Yahushua. All right. So Khan, you got it.
Hey, Old Testament only, that just shows that this thing is true right here, man. Because literally, people would try to believe the Father but not the Son, man. And
Yeah.
he prophesied of those things, literally, right? This is the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 9. Yahushua said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that seen me has seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? So how are you gonna say, as Philip, how you gonna say, show us the Father, when you literally see his son right here, huh? Didn't it say in the book of Sirach, chapter 33, I believe, that that's written, huh? If you got ears to hear, if you know what I'm saying, that's literally written that the Father, he's going to leave his son, and that's literally going to be him walking this earth, man. That's literally going to be a pure example of him. So how you going to have you don't have faith, man. You literally don't have faith if you want to see the Father, and when you literally see an example of him walking this earth and in front of you talking, man. Right? That's what Yahushua is saying, right? and has
No.
and sayest thou then showest the Father, believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very works' sake. Now, why do he say works' sake, man? You know, how you gonna believe? Hey, that's plain, man. You gotta have faith, man. Believe in Yahweh side for the very work's sake in this thing, man. That's the only way you're gonna show your faith is through your works. You know, it's plain.
That's right. That's right. Con. I got this preset because we come into our time already. But Con, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 131 and verse 3, right? I'm gonna start at verse 2. Surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child. So, like, I'm gonna start at one, just 3 verses. Psalms chapter 131 and 1. This one will be my closing precept too. But it says, Lord, my heart is not haughty, nor mine eyes lofty. Neither do I exercise myself in great matters, or in things too high for me. So, hey, David, he knew his love, right? He wasn't trying to figure out, damn. He wasn't trying to figure out what shoes Adam, the chosen Adam, was walking on the earth, all right, with. He wasn't trying to exercise himself in matters too high for him and stuff that's too deep. And we shouldn't be doing that either. Trying to figure out what the seven thunders are. You know what I'm saying? Brother, stop trying to figure out what the seven thunders are. All right. Gone. Verse 2. Surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child that is weaned of his mother. My soul is even as a weaned child. A trying to figure out the blood type of Abraham. You know what I'm saying? Brother, what the all right. Verse 3. Let Israel hope in the Lord from henceforth and forever. All right, straight like that. Let Israel hope in the Most High Yahweh Bahashim Mashiach from henceforth and forever, man. All right, come. You got it.
Come on. This is my closing precept. Right? It's the book of Job, chapter 19 and verse 23. Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book. Right? This is a real account where Job, he didn't know the angels were writing this book. Right? But that's not the point. Verse 24, that they were graven with an iron pen and lead in a rock forever. Here's the point. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
Bahashim Mashiach.
Right? So, hey, we know that our Redeemer liveth. Right? We know that this society is wicked. Right? We know that he's going to stand at the latter day upon the earth. Man. We know these things, you know, through the Spirit. All right? Giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushua, man.
All praises. Good precept.
Come on.
So with that, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh Bahashim Mahashiach Yahushua. This is your brother Yasha Allah.
But Tazaiyar Gabar.
Gone. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shabbat Shalom. Keep it holy. Shalom. Kwame Yasha Allah.